What is the best way to do LinkedIn account-based marketing for more qualified leads and more revenue? In this video, you'll learn the LinkedIn techniques that made Ole close the partnership with a startup making plus $20 million per year, and how Mehdi avoided being ghosted by clients to close plus 10K per month retaining deals. Alright, so how to use LinkedIn for account-based marketing. There's basically 3 ways to do LinkedIn account-based marketing: by using sales softwares, by using LinkedIn ads, and by doing it manually. So let's start with the use of sales softwares. For this LinkedIn ABM technique, we're gonna use LinkedIn Sales Navigator and Brackle Sales CRM. Alright, so the first step of our LinkedIn ABM strategy is to find accounts. For that, let's go to LinkedIn Sales Navigator. For this tutorial, we'll take our example from before, MailChimp. It would be great to close that big company, right? Our offer, let's say, is to sell them pizza parties with pizza who look like Freddy from MailChimp at one of the HQs in Atlanta, USA. And finally, I will filter the results by people who posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days. This last step is super important because it will guarantee us to get leads who are a minimum active on LinkedIn. The more data we have to play with, the easier it will be to start conversation with discounts. You can clearly see that if we deactivate the posted from LinkedIn in the past 30 days, we have 840 people, and when it's on, only 20 people in different roles like digital sales leader, program and marketing, director of internal communications. Well, sounds pretty good. Now let's add them to Brackle. Before adding leads to Brackle, let's create a new list in the software called LinkedIn ABM. Then we go to companies and we're gonna create one called MailChimp. I will copy paste the website domain of MailChimp and I click on create company. You can see that now if we go to our company, we have 0 people in there. So let's go back to our sales nav search and now click on this little button called BR Sync. This will, long story short, this will allow us to create leads in the software from LinkedIn Sales Navigator without any manual data entry. I just have to push the lead in our LinkedIn ABM list and I click on add. Now I repeat the operation for 4 or 6 leads that are interesting. And I will also do a new sales nav search to get the CMO and the co-founders of MailChimp, even if they're not in Atlanta, because the profile might be useful along the way, for our strategy. The last thing we need to do for that step is to track all the leads on social media to get the LinkedIn posts within the software. To do that, I go to the LinkedIn ABM lists, and I click on select all, and then I click here on track leads. If you don't want to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator at this stage, you can simply find a company you want to target on LinkedIn directly by using the search bar. Then you go to people in that company and you add them one by one to your list. So let's do that with Cold IQ to have one more company on top of MailChimp for our example. So if we go to our MailChimp lead, you can see that we now have a LinkedIn feed of all the LinkedIn posts of our MailChimp prospects. I can like and comment the post, but also send a DM on LinkedIn. If I go to people, I can even filter the feed by each team member. On paper, all of that sounds pretty cool, but we still need to build a proper LinkedIn account-based marketing strategy. So let's talk about it. So our strategy will be as follows. 1. We will like and comment the LinkedIn post of each individual within the company. 2. Once we have engaged with at least 2 posts, we will send them immediately a LinkedIn invite. This usually guarantees you a 100% reply rate. 3. Once the LinkedIn invite is accepted, we will wait 1 or 2 days, engage with new posts in the meantime before sending a first LinkedIn message. 4. We will then wait for 7 days before sending a follow-up. During that time frame, we'll keep engaging with new posts if they have some or all the ones otherwise. It's kind of a passive-aggressive technique to remind the prospects you exist and make them sorry not to reply to your DM. 5. If they don't reply to your LinkedIn DM, you send an email by referencing the DM you sent, plus a post you like from them. Alright, and to stay organized, we will go to our list, click on pipeline, and pick the social selling with LinkedIn sales pipeline template. So that each time we do the steps I just mentioned before, we'll move people across the pipeline so that we know exactly where we at. Alright, so now let's do that for our two companies. Alright, so let's see how to do LinkedIn account-based marketing with a concrete example. So here we are in our LinkedIn ABM list, and as you can see, the sales pipeline status of all my leads here is not engaged, because remember, we have a few step process where we will like and comment to LinkedIn post, then send a LinkedIn invite, and depending if the LinkedIn invite is accepted or not, we're gonna send our first message via email or LinkedIn and then follow up. And the goal here is start a conversation, because to go from conversation started to close, there's a lot of other things that I don't have time to cover in that video. So if we go to companies here, you're gonna notice that we have the two companies we've mentioned before, which are MailChimp and ColdIQ. So we're gonna start with ColdIQ, and then we're gonna see how to do it with MailChimp. So I go to ColdIQ first. And what we can see from the get-go is that when we go to the ColdIQ companion lead, we have like a consolidated feed, LinkedIn feed of all the social posts of the people within that company. And the first interesting thing about that is that although we have 8 people in that company, the most recent posts are always the same people. It's Alex, the COO of ColdIQ. Then we have Hughes, who seems like is launching ColdIQ in France. He's writing in French here. Then we have Barbara, which she's actually not working ColdIQ. Seems like she's a founder at BNP agency, so she's a consultant. And then yeah, seems like there's some reposts from the other people in the company, but that's pretty much about it. So our strategy here will be maybe to focus with the most recent post. So in real life, step 1 will be to like and comment the most recent post of Alex, and probably that's it, to be honest, because I think from what we see right now, we have one guy, Hughes, who is posting in French. We have the CEO who's crazy about LinkedIn, so pretty sure the guy is reachable because he's always on the platform and like posting a lot. So he might be responding to comments. So he will see you for sure. And so I think the strategy will be to reach out to Alex by referencing the fact that they are expanding to France as well at the same time. So in real life, you will like and comment posts here. I will leave in the comments a blog post on how to comment like a LinkedIn post. But here I won't do it because we will focus on messaging on LinkedIn and email and show you how. But essentially, once you've liked and commented 1 to 2 posts of Alex, you will click here to go to his profile, and you will update his sales pipeline status, because right now you see he's not engaged. So imagine I just liked and commented 2 posts from Alex. I will click here and I will say, okay, now to LinkedIn comments. And so it's very important, because if I go to the sales pipeline now, we're gonna notice that I have no one in my pipeline before. And now when I go to the pipeline, you see, now Alex is there. And so by doing that, every single time you do an action, your pipeline will be like updated throughout the whole process. So, all right, we just liked and commented 2 posts of Alex. So now if we go back to Alex's profile, the goal will be to send him a LinkedIn invite. So here we won't automate the LinkedIn invites because it's something that can get you banned on LinkedIn. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna click on open the tab here to go directly to LinkedIn. And so what's gonna happen is that you will just send a LinkedIn invite, but without a note, because you just liked and commented the post of Alex. And so because of that, you will get notified on the top right here. And so it will see you and reply back to you. And so if Just after that, you send a LinkedIn invite. There's no point to send a note because notes are pretty annoying and people don't personalize notes most of the time. And when there's notes, it's most of the time linked to LinkedIn automation softwares. So just send an invite and that's it. In this case, I already have Alex as a connection, so I'm not gonna send the LinkedIn invite, but you get the picture. So then we have sent the LinkedIn invites. We go back here, we say, okay, LinkedIn invite sent. And so like I stated before in the process, until Alex accepts your LinkedIn invite, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna keep engaging with new posts from Alex, which is pretty simple because he has tons of them. And if he hasn't got new posts, I don't know, like tomorrow or whatever, it's fine. You can engage with past posts. Actually, it's a very good technique because as long as you don't go beyond 1 year ago, I think the person will think that you actually took the time to go to the profile, like because if you don't have a sales software for that, you will have to go to LinkedIn, then find the person to LinkedIn, go to LinkedIn, go to show all posts, then you go there, then you scroll down and you like, and so the person will actually think you really took the time to do it, when actually thanks to softwares, you can like do it super rapidly. And so now let's like do the quick story because it's really hard to replicate that super rapidly. But let's say like Alex accepted my LinkedIn invite. Super cool. So now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna like engage with one person and that's it, just for the sake of it, to keep staying top of mind, to make things natural. And what I will do what I will do is that I will send a LinkedIn message to Alex. So first I will go back to his company. So I'm gonna click here and go back to Cold IQ's company because we actually have a little strategy here. So if we scroll down, we see that Alex posted 2 days ago something about GPT stores that has been released. And we also know that Hugues here is posting in French and is the only team member who is going after France as a market. So a good first LinkedIn message could be something like this, like, hey Alex, so your GPT store post can wait for Cold IQ1 to assist me in my choice of AI tools. And I will put an emoji because I think like emojis are underrated, to be honest. And as you can notice, I did not put a capital letter on the first word with hey, because it just feels more natural, like it has been typed from my mobile kind of rapidly. So the less you are like formal, the better your reply rate will be. And so then I will do a PS line, which is good luck for the France expansion. And then I'm gonna scroll down and say Hugues is killing it. And it seems like they are repurposing a lot of the content with all the team members. So I'm gonna say like smart repurposing of content. So that would be how we do it. So that would be the first message, and trust me, I will send you also case studies in the comments that you can check out with like proper strategy and what happened with actual customers and myself. But essentially, if you engage with the strategy, then you send a LinkedIn invite, 100% acceptance rate, and you send this message, you will get 100% reply rate in like 90% of the time. But if you send this message to Alex, so I select Alex, and let's say, boom, I hit send, and for some reason, we wait 7 days, and he never replies back. So the process would have been like, okay, we send the message to Alex, we have waited 7 days, and the guy still never replied. So now we need to follow up him, and let's see what we should do about that. And so we're going, I will go back to call IQs, maybe check out what he has been posting, and if we scroll down a little bit further, let's find something interesting. So yeah, okay, so the strategy can be, so you're not reaching out to LinkedIn. What you're gonna do is that you won't send a second message. You don't want to be annoying. You're gonna keep engaging with one or two posts. And the thing is, you're gonna send an email instead by referencing what you've just liked and commented. And you're gonna pitch your offer this time, because if you notice, the first message on LinkedIn was not like hyper like on point on your offer, but because the goal was to start a conversation. But because once you start a conversation, it's just super easy to go with the flow and to just like make a discovery call happen or a sales call directly happen. So for the email, I think I have something that can be good, is like the Barcelona pizza party for cold IQ's 1 million ARR, because in his post is talking about this. So I think it can be a good strategy here. And then for the email, I think like I'm gonna post quickly and go back. All right, and so for the email, it will go like, hey Alex, and so for the email, it will go like, hey Alex, just read your post about how CallIQ will reach 1 million in annual recurring revenue in 2024. It's obvious you will reach it after reading your 8 points, because he has 8 things in his LinkedIn post. So I'm wondering if you guys will throw a mega pizza party to celebrate that. We specialize in pizza parties for B2B companies to celebrate milestones and connect in real life with your customers. You're a sales expert. He's running a lead gen agency, guys. So I'm sure you know the benefit of such event. Worth a chat. PS, I sent you a LinkedIn message a couple of days ago. Seems like you missed it. And the PS line is really important here, because when you do a PS line where you tell the person you send a LinkedIn message to them and you engage with them for the past couple of days, like it's just human nature, they will feel bad about it. And so they will reply to your email or to your LinkedIn message for sure. And now success, you will have started the conversation with Alex. And that's pretty much how it goes. So that it's really really easy process. And so you can imagine doing the same for multiple people at once. Here I just done that with Alex, but I could also has done it with like Rita from the company, because she has tons of LinkedIn posts as well. And so if you do that with multiple people from the same company, you will have more chances to start a conversation, to get a sales call, especially with big companies when it's come to like high ticket offers. And because that way they will talk about you in the same company, because you connect with different team members, like, hey, what do you think of him? And the other person will say, yeah, he's good, like he was engaging with me, stuff, pretty cool guy, had a cool conversation. So this is pretty much how we can do it. So now we're gonna go back to companies, and we're gonna see how we can do it for another company, and very quickly with MailChimp. So I'm gonna go to MailChimp here, and pretty much the same, you know, like the first thing we can notice is that we have 16 people inside that company. So we have like Ben Chestnut, who is like one of the co-founder of MailChimp. Obviously, we're not gonna reach him out. He's like super busy, like thousands of employees, retired at this point. Like Dan Crozius, also co-founder. Like you see, last post is a year ago. He's a co-founder of a big company, so not very usable. Then we have the fractional marketing consultant. He's a consultant, so he's not really into MailChimp in Atlanta that much. And then if we look at the other team members that we selected, we have the CMO here, Michelle, who has a post really recently. So kind of interesting, talking about like MailChimp and SMS and email marketing. We might exploit that. And if we go to like Katie's profile, you're gonna see that, yeah, she just reposted 2 days ago the post from Michelle. And so I think we can do a strategy where we're gonna engage with both Katie and Michelle here, and we're gonna like send an email straight away, because just to do like a variation from what we've just done before. And so we're gonna send an email to her, and here I won't do the same process as a call IQ. I just want to show you how an email can look like, and I prepared something about this. So let's check this out. So we have Katie who has posted something from Michelle. We're gonna reach out to Michelle by engaging with her. We assume here we already done all the stuff. We are connected, etc. We send we've done the things we need to do. All right. All right, so this is the email I will send to Michelle. So again, we assume that we engage Katie and Michelle at that point, and that would be the first email that we send to Michelle. So hey Michelle, thanks to repost from Katie. So by doing that from the get-go, the recipient will notice that your email is really tailored to them, because it's a team member that they know, they reposted something, they posted on LinkedIn. So all the dots are connected. And about my subject line, again, no capital letter because it will disrupt the pattern of the inbox. So thanks to a repost from Katie Potocny, I had the pleasure to discover your LinkedIn post and read the joint MailChimp Harvard research paper. I loved how it showed having SMS and email marketing work cohesively together to boost customer engagement. Speaking of customer engagement, what do you think of throwing pizza parties at MailChimp's IQ in Atlanta to meet customers in real life? As a marketing expert, because she's the CMO, I'm sure you can imagine the benefits of such events. With a chat, PS, we made pizza parties in the past for Calendly's HQs in Atlanta. PPS, we already have imagined a special pizza for Freddy, monkey emoji, because the mascot of MailChimp is a monkey. And then, but if you do that, again, guys, if you repeat this strategy over and over with different team members in the same company, specifically from the same department, depending on what you're selling, you're gonna have results. It's as basic as that to do account-based marketing on LinkedIn in 2024. There's no real secrets. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. And now let's talk about how you can do LinkedIn account-based marketing, but with LinkedIn ads. I should also mention that if you build a list of similar companies in the same industry, you can also group them in the same B2B contact list, and every day you take 20 minutes of your time to go through your curated LinkedIn feed to engage all the leads. Then if you simply want to switch your focus from your account-based marketing list A to ABM list B, just click on list B and your field will adapt. This ABM strategy works also very well if you don't have time to work account per account. Now, if you have some budget, LinkedIn ads can also be a fantastic way to boost your LinkedIn account-based marketing strategy. First, you need to use company name targeting. LinkedIn allows you to target up to 200 companies directly in a campaign by entering the names. When you're building your LinkedIn ads audience, make sure to avoid using job titles alone because they can be too exclusive. Prefer job function and seniority for broader targeting. Finally, make sure to use different LinkedIn ads for different type of use cases. For example, you can do warm-up ads so that your prospects familiarize with your brand even before reaching out to them. During the prospecting campaign, you can do what is called cover ads to basically reinforce the messaging and to stay top of mind. So you're doing prospecting and your prospect, they still have ads coming to them all the time. And finally, another example can be wake up ads so that you target people who have showed interest to your product or service, but that are not ready to buy yet. It's now time to talk about how to do LinkedIn account-based marketing, but manually. I don't usually recommend this technique because it will just eat too much of your time, but still, if you want to know the steps, here you go. Go to your LinkedIn search bar and search for the leads you want to target. Add them in favorites in Safari or Chrome, then every day or so, click on your different favorites and engage them one by one. As you can see, this method is not very scalable and not optimal to preserve your time and energy. Alright, with that being said, that's pretty much about it for this video. Make sure to give it a quick like and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content like this. And if you have any question about LinkedIn account-based marketing, ask us in the comments, and it will be my pleasure to answer your questions. And make sure to check out Black Hole.